This is Stark Unreality, and if you're a fan of horror games and terrifying creatures, make sure you stick around. Dying Light has some of the most terrifying creatures in gaming. From massive chimeras to horrifying infected that can disappear right in front of you, the series has given us some seriously nightmare-inducing boss fights. So today, we're counting down the 13 scariest named boss fights across the Dying Light games. Just the bosses that are actually terrifying. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 13 is Thor from Dying Light, the following. Thor is one of the freaks of nature, and while he's not the most terrifying boss in the series, he definitely deserves a spot on this list. His massive size and brutal attacks make getting too close extremely dangerous, and considering you're fighting him in an open environment, there's something seriously intimidating about watching this thing charge straight toward you. Definitely not something I'd want chasing me. At number 12, we have Beelzebufo. And honestly, this thing is disgusting. It's basically a giant infected frog that can spit toxic attacks at you from a distance. Getting close is dangerous, but staying away doesn't exactly make you safe either. And just look at it. I don't think anyone wants to get that close to whatever this thing is. Coming in at number 11 is Defect from Dying Light, the Beast. Defect is one of the chimeras, and its appearance alone is enough to make this fight uncomfortable. The chimeras aren't your normal infected. They're faster, stronger, more aggressive, and have abilities that can completely change how you approach a fight. And Defect is a perfect example of that. At number 10 is another chimera, Toxin. And this boss is terrifying for one major reason. You can't just stand around and take your time. Toxin constantly puts pressure on you, forcing you to pay attention to what's happening around you. The design, the attacks, and the overall atmosphere make this one of the more unsettling chimera fights in the Beast. At number 9 is Behemoth. And this thing is absolutely massive. Behemoth feels less like you're fighting a zombie and more like you're fighting a living tank. One mistake can send you flying, and when something this huge starts charging at you, your first instinct is basically just run. Number 8 is Mist. Mist is another chimera, but what makes this fight scary is how unpredictable it can feel. You're dealing with an enemy that doesn't fight like a normal infected, and its attacks can catch you off guard incredibly quickly. And the design, yeah, absolutely nightmare fuel. At number 7, we have Revenant. This is where the list starts getting seriously scary. Revenant is incredibly aggressive, and once the fight starts, it can feel like you're constantly being pushed onto the defensive. It's fast, it's powerful, and it looks like something that should not exist. This is one chimera I definitely wouldn't want to encounter in a dark alley. Number 6 is Colossus, and this thing is basically a walking nightmare. It's enormous, incredibly powerful, and the sheer scale of the creature makes the fight intimidating from the moment you see it. When a creature this massive starts coming towards you, you don't think, how am I going to kill this? You think, how the hell am I going to survive this? At number 5 is Matriarch. This is one of the creepiest chimera fights in the beast. The environment, the creature itself, and the way the fight plays out, all combine to create an encounter that feels more like a horror movie than a normal boss fight. And when you realize just how powerful this thing is, yeah, you're probably going to want to keep your distance. At number 4 is the Alpha Volatile, and this is where things get really terrifying. Volatiles were already some of the scariest creatures in Dying Light. This Volatile uses the same AI as the Alien in Alien Isolation. Now imagine one that's even more powerful. The Alpha Volatile is faster, stronger, and far more threatening than a normal Volatile. And when you're being hunted by something that can completely overpower you, there's not much room for mistakes. This isn't just an enemy you fight, it's an enemy you survive. At number 3, we have Holler, another freak of nature from the following. Holler is absolutely massive and looks like something that crawled straight out of a nightmare. His size alone makes him terrifying, but his attacks can also hit incredibly hard. And when you're standing in front of something that looks like that, running away starts sounding like a pretty good idea. At number 2, we have the Mother from the original Dying Light. And this fight is terrifying for a completely different reason. The Mother isn't just some giant monster thrown into an arena. There's an entire story behind her. You spend the game hearing about what happened to Harren, and then you finally come face to face with one of the most disturbing infected in the game. The atmosphere surrounding this fight is horrifying. And when you finally see what the Mother has become, it's one of those moments you don't forget. And finally, the number 1 scariest boss fight in the Dying Light series, Wraith. Yes, Wraith is already on this list, but there's a reason it's number 1. This isn't just a giant monster, this is something that can literally disappear. You can't rely on simply watching the boss. You have to listen, you have to react, you have to constantly wonder, where the hell is it? And when something that powerful can vanish right in front of you, that's nightmare fuel. Dying Light has had some terrifying bosses, but Wraith takes the crown for me. And that's my ranking of the 13 scariest named boss fights in Dying Light. But I want to know what you think. Did I rank any of these bosses too high or too low? And which Dying Light boss scared you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe for more Dying Light content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.